Hey, Zudorog here, coming to another video review. And today, as you can see, I'll be taking a look at the 1 to 1/44 scale, real grade, Wing Gundam Zero Custom from new mobile report Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. Holy hell, that's a heck of a name. I mean, this is it in its capsule mode. It's not a bird mode. I mean, it has some of the same transformation features as whatever. It's this mode. This. That. It's that mode. Anyway, suspended on a stand because it cannot stand on its own in that mode. But just as an idea, size compared to a soda can as I knock it into the model. And pretty much what you expect for a 1 to 1/44 scale kit. Let's get this out of the way. Colors in this mode are pretty simple. Mostly white with dark blue, yellow, red, and a medium gray, as well as a lot of stickers, though most of that detail and color is hidden due to the way that he transforms. Can do this without him falling off. There's a view from above. Can't do below because I have to take him off the stand, and that's just not going to work out well right now. There really isn't a whole lot of posability in this mode, and any posability that is there will be easier to show off in the mobile suit mode. So let's just get to it. Just got to take him off the stand. Come on. That's the piece that's used to mount him to the stand. It's specific to the kit. It's not a general purpose mount. You just get that out of the way. And here we have the kit itself on its own. And just as a refresher, oh, hello, view from below. Well, let's get started on the transformation into mobile suit mode. So just bring these rear wings back and just get them out of the way. Take the main wing sections and just bring them up like that. Let's see if I can get this to where you can actually see it. Come on, out of the way. Bring that up. And then bring it down on these hinges. And then, no. And then swing it down on that hinge. Like that. Bring these feathers in so that they're out of the way. And straighten the legs out. Flatten out the feet. Take the shoulder armor, push it up, and then push it in until it clicks. At least it's supposed to click. Kind of like that. Push it. Fold it up, push it in, rotate the arms out to the side. Yep, there goes the pop filter. And then just orient everything so that he will actually stand. Yay. Now that I've actually gotten him standing properly, here you can see him in mobile suit mode. Or see it, I guess. Moving on. Here's its size compared to a soda can. There we go. Again, pretty standard for 1/44 scale. Pretty neat, though. The colors are exactly the same as before. Mostly a slightly off-white with dark blue, yellow. It's not as bright as of a yellow as it's coming across on camera, with red, medium gray. If I can get my hand untangled from the cable. And then a massively large number of stickers. View from above. And from below. Posability is pretty good, but this is a Gundam model, so that's to be expected. The head's on a ball joint, back and forth, tilt side to side. Can't go all the way around just because of the way things are shaped. There's also a hinge in the torso that allows the head to move back and forth a little bit. These little boxes in here can open up to reveal miniguns. So that's fun. The wing binders, there is a hinge here and a hinge here, so they can move back and forth, as well as swivel in and out like you saw. Swivel here, swivel there. No, I'm not turning into that guy. This panel can move in and out for various poses, as well as this panel, just to add more flair. And then every single one of these feathers is on a ball joint, so in and out, up and down, swivel, whatever you need. These ones can move all the way forward to accommodate the transformation. Back here you have these wings. There is a swivel right there, a hinge side to side, and then a hinge up and down pretty far. And this panel can pull open and expose detail in there, which is pretty neat. Let's just get the wings out of the way so I can show you the arms. The arms are on a forward and back joint in the body, and it can actually go quite far forward. Arms can go, if the shoulder armor doesn't fall off, can go all the way around, although it's very tight. The arms can go out to the side that far, swivel all the way around just below the shoulder, bend at two joints in the elbow, with some little bits of mechanical detail in there. Hands are on ball joints, so side to side, in and out, swivel. I will get to the posable hands later. There is quite a bit of posability in the torso, back and forth, tilt side to side, and swivel pretty freely. Oh, the cockpit can also open, of course. Just not very far, but it can open. Front skirts are on ball joints, so in and out, side to side, back and forth. Front skirts, not side skirts. Side skirts are on a swivel hinge, in and out, and swivel a little bit. Back skirts are the same as the front skirts. The legs can go forward that far, back pretty much all the way. Can go out that far before the side skirt stops it. Swivel just below the hip. Bend that far at the top joint with some nice armor movement. Bend that far at a joint in the lower part of the knee with some mechanical movement in there. And you can just sort of pose that however you like. Then this piece can move up and down for some poses. Ankle armor can move up and down. This piece of ankle armor can move back and forth and just sort of swivel all the way around. Feet can swivel, as well as tilt side to side, go back and forth. The front part of the foot can move up and down, and the toes can move up and down. So the posability is very good, but again, it's a Gundam model, so that's to be expected. And now we move on to accessories. Now, of course, I showed you before the... Come on. Little flight stand bit, just molded in gray plastic. It can attach to either a spot there on the lower back or between the legs. And of course, for Gundam models, this is almost a necessity. Let's just get this out of the way. I suppose the next thing we'll move on to is the alternate hands. And he comes with quite a few. To start things off, we have the splayed hand. As you can see, just sort of splayed out for action poses or dynamic postures. Getting that in place is fairly simple. Just pop the existing hand out of the ball joint, and then there is a ball joint there, ball socket there, and pretty simple. And there's also the grabby hands, which are used to hold the accessories more solidly than the posable hands. Again, just ball joint into ball socket. And then lastly, we have the famous real grade posable hands, which you can see right here. Let's get you out of the shot, you're messing with the focus. And you can see they're just molded in gray plastic with 2 different shades. Now, of course, with the ball joint, it can, move all over the place. And there's a hinge at the base of the hand, lets it move back and forth. And the thumb and index finger on their own ball joints, with the other 3 fingers being joined on a single ball joint. And then each finger has a hinge at the first knuckle, so you can get, a thumbs up, some good pointing poses, and of course just all around can hold stuff pretty well, and getting it into the hand, or getting it into the arm, is pretty simple. Just pop the ball joint into the ball socket, if I can get my hands oriented around the camera properly. There you go. So now we will move on to the rest of the accessories, and I will be using the grabby hand from now on because it's just easier to use than the posable hands. Posable hands do have slots for the accessories to go into, but I just find the solid hands to be easier to work with. And the first accessory we'll go to next is the beam sabers. As you can see, they are just simple white pieces of plastic. Not really anything special to them, they're just pretty basic beam sabers. He comes with 2 translucent green beams, which look like a much more vibrant green than they actually are, but at least they don't look like a blue or something like they did with my old camera. So, that's neat. And of course, there is a port there, post there, and you have a lit beam saber. Just take off the fingers, and then there is a slot there, tab right there. Come on. Put the fingers back on, and there he is, holding the beam saber. Again, just pop it into the socket in the arm. This one's a little bit tighter than the other side. So, pretty simple, not a whole lot to it. Let's just go ahead and pop this out and get the beam saber out of the way. Now, unlike virtually every other accessory this guy has, these can actually be stored on the kit. There are little posts on hinges on these back wings, and then indentations for the tabs to go into. So these ports go into those posts, and these tabs just go into those indents. So let's see if I can do this on camera. So just plug that in there, orient it properly, and press it back into the holster. And again, just plug it in, orient it properly, push it back, and there he is with the beam sabers stored. Pretty simple there. And then lastly we have his 2 Buster rifles, which have far more stickers than I'm comfortable with being on rifles like this. And I absolutely despise... Come on. I absolutely despise these wraparound stickers. They just do not want to cooperate. Now, holding them is pretty simple. You just have to fold down the grip. It's the wrong one. There is a specific left and right cannon. Just bring down the grip. There's a tab on that side. Take this. Tab onto slot. Put the fingers back on. And then just pop that into place. And there he is wielding the rifle. And of course he can wield both rifles at the same time. But what this kit is most known for, if I can get this out of the way, is the fact that the two rifles can combine. So to do that, there is a panel on the side here. You need to just undo that, fold it down on that double hinge, and then just sort of leave it there. The same thing on this side. Just bring it down. Now there is an inverted slot and tab here, 2 slots there, with the opposite position, tab and slot there, 2 tabs there. So just put all that together. And then sandwich these 2 pieces together because they have matching tabs and slots. Although it can be a bit of a pain. But it can be done. And then just fold down whichever grip you prefer. And then put it into the corresponding hand. And there he is with the dual Buster rifle. And unfortunately, there is no way to store this. So all you can really do is just have him hold it and sit there like that. Yep, that's it. He also doesn't have a shield, meaning any use of the bird mode is completely out. Still don't get the logic behind that one. But it is what it is, and so, short and simple review. Well, short and simple for a Gundam model. But before I sign off, this is a contracted kit. It is another one that I built for someone. Built, panel line, put all the stickers on. As you can see, all that panel lining I did myself. So if you like what you see and you want a kit of your own, but just don't have the time, patience, or whatever to build it yourself, let me know and we can work something out. But with that said, this has been my review of the 1 to 1/44 scale real grade Wing Gundam Zero Custom from New Mobile Report Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. And with that word salad, I'm signing off.